So everything that I'm going to be talking about, all the software, is actually free. So Ocean Protocol is a non-profit. We've been developing software. It's all open source. So everything that I'm talking about is free and freely available to share. Also, because I'm probably going to be talking about something in 10 minutes that took me 6 months to understand, I really encourage you to go to oceanprotocol.com, and there you'll find all the white papers. Technical white paper. I recommend you read the technical white paper. I recommend that you read the marketplace reference white paper, and of course, watch the video. Plus, there's a whole load of blog posts there for your information. So that saves me a bit of a job. Also, with reference to the hackathon, my colleague, my CEO, Chirdeep, will be with you for the weekend, as well as other colleagues. So start there. So just to drop back, on Tuesday we had an announcement with the Infocom Media Development Authority of Singapore about our collaboration. And it really dates back to the recommendation from the Committee of the Future Economy around wanting to enable data to be harnessed as an asset, right, and to help all types of organizations. But, as we would maybe have discussed, and with the problem statements, much of those data assets are still locked away. Less than 1% of the world's data assets are having any value extracted from them. And that's trillions and trillions of dollars of value. And at the moment, we all have been reading about Facebook, only a handful of organizations have both the data assets and the AI capabilities. But what I'm hoping, and why I'm so proud to be associated with Grow Asia in this initiative, is because I believe today we're starting on a road where even small holders, farmers, can actually benefit from this data innovation. So, in the room, how many of you are data scientists, researchers? Yeah? How many of you are starved of data? Yeah? Oh, everybody's got loads of data? Okay, I don't need to. And we've got some large organizations here as well who have significant data assets, but maybe lack access to all the capabilities to unlock those. Obviously, IBM has plenty of that. The main problem why we are not seeing that much data sharing is because there's a lack of trust. Okay? So if I give you a photograph of my children, I may give you the permission, we may have a contract to tell me how many children are in that photograph. And of course I trust you because I can see you there. But what I can't trust and what I can't guarantee is that you won't send it to 1 million people, right? And it's that fear of losing control over our data that's stopping any sharing, right? And that's a massive problem. And it's a massive problem in healthcare, it's a massive problem in logistics, and it's a massive problem in agriculture, etc. And so understanding the provenance of that data, checking its accuracy, its authenticity over time are big issues, right? Checking, do you have the permission to basically have access to this data and using it responsibly is a massive problem, right? And all of these generate significant points of risk and failure that can cause this whole supply chain to break down. So Ocean Protocol, we're solving this data sharing issue. And I apologize, I'm going to throw all the buzzwords possible at you. A decentralized data exchange protocol to unlock data for AI. I mean, I couldn't do much better, right? The use of blockchain technology that allows data to be shared and transferred in a safe, secure way. Okay? Enabling us to match developing marketplaces, enabling us to match providers with consumers. So, for all the chat, and again, how many of you are familiar with blockchain? Yeah, okay. How many actually understand it? I mean, I have an IoT business. I'm the founder of the Ocean Protocol. I have Dex that's developing all this software, and I still struggle. But I mean, what I do know, it's amazing, right? What I do know, and I do generally believe that this technology is going to have the same transformation and create the same opportunities that the early days of the internet did. And when I started off life, it was back in 95, 96, in developing a digital marketing business, and I'm seeing the same kind of transformation today. So even though it takes time to get our heads around, this blockchain stuff, this crypto token stuff is amazing. And it has massive potential to help us address some of these challenges and help our small holders, farmers thrive. So the things that are cool about decentralization and the things that you need to start to think about with the opportunities here are around control, security, transparency, tracking, auditing, pricing, compliance. These are all big issues that you would have heard a lot of the topics being discussed earlier. Is our small farm holder getting, fair, equitable pricing, right? Is there compliance in the way that they're operating, etc.? Are we tracking? Are we auditing? Right? All of these topics are addressable. And with the protocol, the best way to think about what we're doing is that we're establishing an economy of data. So just like you had the economy of Japan, and there's a currency for trading in Japan, the yen, we're establishing that economy of data and providing all the underlying building blocks, all of this open source software for free to enable that to happen. So, sorry. So, yes, we have the data providers. Some of that data is public, it's available. Some of that data is fantastically packaged, as the Weber company is doing, right, for you to consume in an easy way. Some of that data will never, ever, 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 ever leave the property of the people that own it. So we have to find ways to get access to that data in a safe, secure way. We then have the people that are maintaining this economy, different network providers, keepers as we refer to them, and then we have marketplaces, right? Basically enabling to connect the providers with the consumers for that last mile connection. I share all of this because I really want to encourage people to think about what role these applications, platforms that you might start to be imagining could be playing in this data economy, because there's great value to be developed. Can we imagine a time when the smallholder farmer actually is mining his own data? They're emitting data, and that data could be an asset that they could generate revenue from, as is the mill, as is the logistics company. Just start to think about that and potentially think about the values in the data, right? Not in trying to sell a subscription model, right? I encourage everybody to think, differently. So just like any economy, you do need a means of value exchange. And we avoid using the word currency because obviously cryptocurrencies can have different interpretations. And we like to talk about things in token. Just to make this real for everybody, we have the support of the whole of government of Singapore in providing oversight and assurance of this protocol, application of blockchain, and application of value exchange. So the Monetary Authority of Singapore is providing oversight that this is a fair means of exchanging data. This is a unique collaboration and really valuable from a role in Southeast Asia. So how could you earn token? And this will make sense right at the end. People can earn token from selling access to data. People can earn token from running marketplaces. People can earn token from validating a transaction or a proof of work. Blockchain guys will all be familiar with this kind of language. And also earn token from storing and maintaining the histories of transactions, right? These are all the things that are possible here. And if you go and review the white papers, you can get into this in a lot more detail. So just to use, I don't want to use an example close to the small farm holders, so I thought I'd take a fast-moving good, depends on how much you drink in whiskey, as a way of illustrating potential application. But of course we have production, right? So there's tagging, there's local reputation, there's ingredients, there's identity. All of this can be on a chain, right? All of this can be data that can be shared. There's the processing and the bottling, right? The provenance of the local bottling location, the reputation scores, right? The supply chain consistency, bottles produced, volumes sold. Right, all of this can be on the chain. Plus, then there's the distribution, and then, of course, the consumption. I'm not saying this is applicable to palm oil, right? But I think there's some probably shared attributes here. And as I said, I don't want to use an actual example because I don't want to influence anybody's thinking. So the opportunity, just 2 more slides to close off. The opportunity, and we're so grateful for everybody supporting this initiative. How can we leverage and enable the sharing of the data assets to help smallholder farmers, right? Basically be responsible and thrive. Now, how can we help these small farm holders generate data assets for us to consume and access alternative data assets, right? To basically unpack a whole load of value. So what are we suggesting here from Ocean Protocol? You develop a great application on the data. You come up with a great data analytics, AI application, whatever it may be, a platform that can help improve the productivity that smallholder, right? What we will do is the winners that get selected, we will work with those winners and provide them with, I believe, quite rare data analytics, AI, and blockchain guidance to help develop the application, the platform, right? There's not a lot of capability in the blockchain space, and we're going to be providing the guidance and support. The second thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to provide the engineering support to help you deploy that application on the Ocean Protocol network when it goes live, right? So we'll actually work with you to develop that. And the final thing is that we'll match the cash prize equivalent in Ocean Token, which is necessary for you to start to publish the application on the network, right? And that should all be feasible in Q1 2019. So we're very much wanting to encourage development of great applications, those applications that can safely and securely access the data, all of that being recorded on a legible blockchain, and actually then provide you with the necessary token currency to get started in this data economy and help grow Asia and partners throw up these marketplaces of data services and data assets that can help improve the livelihood of the small stakeholders. So our closing principles, everything is decentralized. No one organization owns this. Completely decentralized. This is a community-driven initiative. Universality, we will support any type of data asset and application. Trusted data. So even if the data asset cannot be shared, no copies, it cannot be moved, we will provide you with the containerized technology to put your application in a container with your data and send that to the data assets who can touch, and work with the different parties to facilitate that. Because, trust me, many large organizations need their data to stay on-prem, and they will not let that move. And finally, everything's open source. So all of the software that we're talking about, the protocol, the marketplace, any software associated with helping clean, and prepare data, all of that, the pricing mechanisms is freely available, just like with the Unix community, right? It's there for people to build and develop, because that way, we will deliver and grow a thriving data community for the future. Thank you very much.